Good morning. Welcome to the morning session. It's Sunday, the 7th of June. We're going to sit for 20 minutes and you can sit for 5, 10, 15, 20, whatever is good for you. Let's begin. morning, Sunday morning. And Sunday morning comes around, I often think about, reflect on church and stories from going to Mass from the Bible. And one of the stories that I often thought about, how did that happen? How did that work? But then I had deeper sort of thought about it. And it was one of the miracles that Jesus performed. And it was about the 5 loaves and 2 fishes. That took these thousands of people who had been following him for Jesus for quite a while with the disciples. And the disciples came to Jesus and said, Jesus, the people are very hungry. They want something to eat. But we only have 5 loaves and 2 fishes. And Jesus said, get them all to sit down. So they all sat down, and then Jesus spoke to them. And he shared the 5 loaves and 2 fishes. And when they had finished sharing, he asked the disciples to go around and to collect what was left. And they collected 12 baskets, leftovers. I said, oh, this is a miracle. And how I look at that, or this is my thoughts on it. And I looked at it, felt into it a little bit deeper, was that it wasn't about food. When the disciples came to Jesus and said they were hungry for his teaching, they were hungry to know more, they were hungry to learn, to be more in his way of being. And the disciples only knew of the 5 loaves, 2 fishes, let's say their 5 teachings or 2. They only had 7 ideas of what they could share. But they didn't think that was enough. But he said, get them to sit down, let me talk to them. And so if we looked at, let's say, Buddha's time, and if it was a similar scenario, people wanted Buddha, the disciples came to Buddha and said, what are we going to teach them? Or what are we going to give to them? We only have the 4 principles and the 8 fold pathway. That's not going to be enough. But when the teachings were given, and then you went and collected and learned, what did you learn? Each person took up something a little bit different from a teaching. It's like, in a simple example, when we had, let's say, a master chef, and people say, people are hungry, they want to learn some new ways of cooking. I said, okay, let's get them all to sit down, and I'll put on the 30-minute or 1-hour podcast, and I'll do 6 or 7 recipes or whatever it is. Each person, if you went and asked them afterwards, what did they take away from that teaching, or that 1 hour of recipes, then they'll each have a different sort of one, and they might not remember all of the recipe. They might, there was chicken and some spices and chopped. It won't ever be exactly like that, but they'll have taken something away. Or if you read a book that has a teaching on living a better life, or it could be on diet, it could be on exercise, it could be on any area of learning, and you read a book or you watch a show, you're not going to take it all away. You're going to pick those pieces. And oftentimes when a teacher comes to ask students, well, what did you learn from my classes? There'll be 12 different baskets of learning. There'll be 12 different pieces of understanding. There'll be lots. And there'll even be some leftovers, some things that you can even think of, just to how someone heard something and assimilated into their way of living. It's going to be slightly different, slightly evolved, slightly different. That's the beauty of it. That's the lesson, I suppose, when we sit down to, we watch a show or read a book or listen to some teachings or whatever. Be curious about what is it that you're taking away, and why was that? and be interested in your own learning and in your own growth. And it's a beautiful thing. So I hope today you find some curious, interesting new learning for you that grows you and nourishes you and gives you a deeper understanding of yourself, the life you live. And may you have a beautiful day.